Hi everyone, welcome to My Max Academy. In this video, we'll continue with the chapter Continuity and Differentiability, which is your chapter number 5 from your 12th standard CBSE Mathematics. So we will recall the definition of continuity which I had covered in my previous video. So in the previous video, we were talking about the limit and then continuity of a function at a particular point. So hope you all have watched that video. So if you have not watched, please watch that video so that you will be able to understand much better this session. Please watch my previous video before watching this video. So I will recap or will revise what we defined as continuity of a function at a point. So continuity of a function at a point is defined as suppose a function, we say a function is said to be continuous at a point A, where the point A is in the domain of f, if limit x tends to A, f of x equal to f of a. Then we say f is continuous at the point A. Right? I'm repeating the definition. Whenever this condition is satisfied, whenever limit x goes to A, f of x matches with the value of the function at the point A, then we say that the function f is continuous at the point. So this is the definition for continuity of a function at a particular point. Whenever we are asked to prove or check whether a function is continuous at a particular point, we need to find the limit x goes to a, f of x is what, and we should find what is the value of the function at a, which means f of a. And if both match, then we say that the function is continuous at the point. If both doesn't match or if the limit doesn't exist, then we call that function as discontinuous at the point, or the function is not continuous at the point, and the point x equal to a. Now let's go to example 1 in your textbook, page number 149, example 1. EG1 means example 1. It says check the continuity of the function given by f of x equal to 2x plus 3 at x equal to 1. So the given function is f of x. The function f of x is 2x plus 3, and what we need to check is f continuous at x equal to 1, at the point x equal to 1, whether this function is continuous, right? So to do that, the solution is to check whether f is continuous, this function f is continuous at the point x is equal to 1. Right? Generally, continuity is defined at the point x equal to a. So here your a is 1 here. So we need to check. So we need to check if limit x goes to 1. Here a is 1. Limit x goes to a. Here a is 1. Whichever point we are trying to check whether the function is continuous, that point we should take it as a. So limit x goes to a. X goes to 1, a is 1 here, f of x should be equal to f of 1, f of a is 1. So what I am doing is I am just substituting the value of a as 1 in this formula or in this condition. Now we need to check whether limit x goes to 1, f of x equal to f of 1. If they match, then it is continuous. If not, it is not continuous. Now let's try to find f of 1. That is easy to find. What is f of 1? F of 1 is equal to, you need to find the value of the function at x equal to 1. See, our f of x is this. So our f of x is 2x plus 3. So our f of 1 will be equal to 2 into 1 plus 3, which is 5. So f of 1 is 5. So f of 1 we calculated, it is 5. Now let's calculate what is limit x goes to 1 f of x. So limit x goes to 1 f of x is equal to limit x goes to 1 f of x. F of x is what? 2x plus 3. We'll put here 2x plus 3. Limit x goes to 1, 2x plus 3. Now we'll substitute the limit. If you substitute the limit in the place of x, put 1. We get 2 into 1. In the place of x, I am putting 1. 2 into 1 plus 3, which is 2 plus 3, which is 5. So what is the value of limit x goes to 1 f of x? That is also 5. And f of 1 is also 5. So f of 1 is 5. Limit x goes to 1 f of x is also 5. So both of them match. These two match. So which means therefore we'll say Therefore, limit x goes to 1 f of x equal to f of 1. Both are equal to 5. Therefore, we can say, therefore, f is continuous at x is equal to 1. Therefore, we will conclude that f is continuous at the point x is equal to 1. Because why? Because limit x goes to 1 f of x is equal to f of 1. Both of them match. Right? F of 1 is 5. Limit x goes to 1 f of x is also 5. So both are 5, which means limit x goes to 1 f of x is equal to f of 1. And both are equal to 5. Therefore, f is continuous at the point x equal to 1. Fine. So all of you can pause the video, take the notes. I'll go to the second problem. Example 2. Example 2 is we have to examine, or again we have to check whether f is continuous at x equal to 0. So here in this, the given function is f of x equal to x square, and to check, what do you have to check? We have to check is f continuous at x equal to 0. We have to check whether f is continuous at x equal to 0. So again, so solution or proof, whatever, solution is we need to check if limit x goes to 0 f of x equal to f of 0. So here your a is 0. At the point x equal to 0 means our a is 0. And the point at which we are checking the continuity, that is 0. So we need to check limit x goes to 0, because a is 0. This is your a. A is 0. Limit x goes to 0 f of x equal to f of 0. If this is true, then it is continuous at x equal to 0. If not, it is not continuous at x equal to 0. Now let's find, so what is our f of x? Our f of x is x square. Now let's find f of 0, right hand side. So f of 0 is 0 square, which is 0. Now let's find limit x goes to 0 f of x, that is equal to limit. So we are finding this side now. We found this. This is easy to find. We can also find this and then find this. Doesn't matter. So limit x goes to 0 f of x. F of x is x square. F of x is x square. Now we should substitute in the place of x. We should substitute the limit 0. Right? So f of x, limit x goes to 0 f of x. F of x is x square. So I am substituting instead of f of x, I am putting x square. Now we should substitute the limit, so that we don't have to write the limit again. After you substitute the limit, we don't have to write the limit. So once I substitute the limit, it becomes 0 square, which is also 0. So our limit x goes to 0, f of x is also 0. So both limit x goes to 0, f of x is 0, and f of 0 is also 0. Therefore, we can say limit x goes to 0, f of x is equal to f of 0, and both are equal to 0. Therefore, f is continuous at the point x equal to 0. So f is continuous at x equal to 0. So this is a proof for the second problem. So all of you can copy that. I'll erase this. We'll go to the third example. Let me put a line so that this is the definition of continuity of the function at a point. Okay, now example 3. Example 3, that is important. Now discuss the continuity of the function f of x equal to mod x at x equal to 0. So what is given? Given function is f of x equal to mod of x. Now what we need to check again is f continuous at x is equal to 0. At the point x is equal to 0, does this function continuous? Whether this function is continuous or not at x equal to 0. Now solution is we have the function. So again we'll write this. So we need to check or examine. We need to check if limit x goes to 0, because the a is 0 here. A is 0. So limit x goes to a is 0, because this is the value of a. F of x should be equal to f of 0. We have to check whether these two will match. If these two match, then we'll say it is continuous at x equal to 0. Now here, so whenever you have a mod of any function, first step is to remove the modulus and have it as a function without the mod, meaning we know the definition of mod function. If f of x is mod x, then mod x is written as x when x is greater than or equal to 0. It is minus x when x is less than 0. This is the definition of modulus of x. What is the definition of mod of x? It is x when x is positive or 0. It is minus x when x is less than 0. Right? For example, if I want to find f of minus 2, then minus 2 is x. Right? Your x is minus 2, and minus 2 falls under which category? Minus 2 is less than 0. So we have to take minus x function. So your f of minus 2 will become minus of minus 2, because you have to put minus x. Your f of x becomes minus x when x is negative. Here x is minus 2 and minus 2 is less than 0. Since your x is less than 0, we'll use the function f of x should be minus x and not x. For all the positive values of x or 0, you will take f of x as x. All the negative values of x, you will take f of x as minus x. That is the definition of mod x. So these two are same function. Mod x can be written in this form. So the first step is you need to write the mod in this form. Right? So this becomes 2. So f of minus 2 is 2. Even if you find what is f of minus 2 here, you'll get mod of minus 2, which is also 2. If you use this function, we got 2. Even if you use this function, f of minus 2 is basically mod of minus 2. And mod of minus 2 is 2. Mod of minus 2 is 2. So either case you will get the same value. Right? For any values, if you want to find the function value at any particular point, x equal to 3 or minus 3, both these two will return the same value. Both are equal functions. Both are one and the same. So we'll use this definition of mod x to check the continuity of the function at x equal to 0. Now let's find what is f of 0 first. What is f of 0 as per this definition? We'll go to this definition. We will not refer this. As per this f of 0, 0 x is equal to 0. Equal to 0 also we have to use this function, which is my f of x is x. My f of x is x when x is 0. So my f of 0 will be equal to 0. Right? I have to use this function, and x is what? X is 0. So I have to put 0 here. So my f of 0 is 0. Now we must find limit x goes to 0 f of x. Right? Right? To find, next what we should find? To find limit x goes to 0 f of x, we must find. Now again here, to find limit x goes to 0 f of x, here we cannot directly go and substitute the limit and in the function and find the value, because if you observe the function f of x, you have to only see this definition. Now f of x is behaving, or the definition of f of x is, there are two definitions based on the value of x, which means your f of x is defined in two different ways based on the value of x. So whenever you have a scenario where f of x is defined as two definitions based on the value of x, then we must go for left hand limit and right hand limit. And one more condition is at the point 0, we are checking the limit at the point 0, and f of x is having a different definition, or the definition changes based on the value of x. At what value it is changing? At the value 0. And we have to find the limit at the value 0 only. So whenever we are finding a limit of a function at a particular point, we must check two conditions to see whether we have to find left hand limit and right hand limit. Here and all we could directly substitute limit. We didn't have to do left hand limit and right hand limit here, because f of x was just x square. There was only one definition of f of x. So whatever is the value of x, your f of x is x square. But here that is not the case. So based on the value of x, your definition of the function f of x is changing. So whenever you are trying to find, so there are two conditions that you should check, or you need to be careful whenever you are finding limit of a function at a particular point. Whether f is having two definitions based on the value of x, that is condition number 1. Condition number 2 is whether that definition is changing at the point where you are actually trying to find the limit, and it is changing at the point 0, and at the point 0 only we are trying to find the limit. So whenever these two conditions are met, whenever we see this, these two conditions are met, meaning the point at which we are trying to find the limit, at that point exactly the function is getting split into two definitions. Then we must go for left hand limit and right hand limit. So now let's find left hand limit of this. So left hand limit. Left hand limit is what? Limit x goes to 0 minus f of x. Right? So I explained in detail in my previous video, know how to find left hand limit, how to find right hand limit. Even in the 11th standard, you would have studied about the concepts of limit. Right? So that's why I'm not going in detail to explain this again. You can watch my previous video, the introduction video for this chapter, so that you will understand what is the left hand limit, what is right hand limit, and all that. So limit x goes to 0 minus f of x. That is your left hand means you have to put a minus here on top of 0. So which means, what it means is x is approaching 0 through the value less than 0. Minus means through the values less than 0. F of x. Now we must find this. And to find this limit, we should find LHL, which is left hand limit, and then we have to find RHL, which is right hand limit. If both the limit match, then we'll say limit exists and limit x goes to 0, f of x will be equal to the value of that limit. So now, limit x goes to 0, f of x we have to find, that is equal to limit x goes to 0 minus, now f of x. Now f of x, we need to decide which function we have to use for f of x. Because limit x goes to 0 minus, limit x goes to 0 minus means x is approaching 0 through the value less than 0. Through the value less than 0, which means x is negative. Or you can try to take one value of x which is very close to 0 but less than 0. Right? I am just trying to take one value of x which is very close to 0 but less than 0. Why less than 0? Because it is negative. So any value which is very close to 0, less than 0 means we can take x as minus 0.01. Minus 0.01 is a value which is very close to 0 but less than 0. There are several values. We keep on writing. There are infinitely many values which are very close to 0 but less than 0. I am just taking one value. Now what is the value of x? X is minus 0.01. We are taking this value, just a sample. I am taking to see which function we have to write here. See, we have f of x. I have to substitute the value of f of x. So which one I will substitute? X or minus x? We don't know because there are two definitions. F of x is not single definition like what we had here. So here we are having two. So I need to decide whether I should substitute f of x as x or I should substitute f of x as minus x. For that, the value of or the definition of f depends on the value of x. So x is what here? Minus 0.01. So which is negative. It falls under this category. So we should use this function minus x. So in the place of, I'll put minus x. So limit x goes to 0 minus f of x is what? F of x is minus x. Now we'll substitute the value of the limit. Now we'll substitute 0. It's not 0 minus. This minus denotes that x is approaching 0 through the value less than 0. Now we'll substitute the limit. When you substitute the limit, in the place of x, we should put 0. So it will become minus 0. In the place of x, we should put this 0. Don't worry about the minus on the top of the 0. That tells you that x is approaching 0 through the value less than 0. It is not minus 0. The 0 on the top, we are putting minus. So now if you substitute 0 here, you'll get minus 0, which is 0. So your left hand limit is what? 0. Now let's find our right hand limit. What is our right hand limit? RHL. Right hand limit is limit x goes to 0 plus f of x. That is equal to limit x goes to 0 plus. Now here we need to decide which f of x we should use, whether I should use x or minus x. So here in the earlier case of the left hand limit, since x was negative, we had used minus x. Now in this case, x is approaching 0. 0 on top we will put plus. For right hand limit, this is the right hand limit, this is the left hand limit. If you put plus on top of 0, it is right hand limit. If you put minus on top of 0, it is left hand limit. So now limit x goes to 0 plus f of x is limit x goes to 0 plus f of x. Now what it means, now we need to decide which value we should substitute for f of x, whether f of x is x or minus x. That depends on the value of x. Now what is the value of x? Now x is approaching 0 through the value greater than 0. Plus means greater than 0. Plus means greater. Greater than what? This number 0. So which means we should take one value roughly as a sample, x equal to, which is very close to 0 but greater than 0. A value which is very close to 0 but greater than 0. That will be 0.01 plus 0.01. A value which is very close to 0 but greater than 0. Now x is what? Plus 0.01. So x is positive. X comes under this category. When x is positive, we have to use this function. Here f of x is x. So here instead of f of x, we'll put x. Now we'll substitute the limit. In the place of x, we should put 0. If you put 0, we get 0. So left hand limit is also 0, right hand limit is also 0. Therefore, what do we write as? Therefore, we'll say limit LHL equal to RHL, which means your left hand limit is equal to right hand limit. Therefore, limit x goes to 0, f of x is equal to 0. So, which means both the limits are same. Therefore, this limit will be equal to 0. So, this is the value of the limit. The value of the limit x goes to 0, f of x. Here, when I write limit x goes to 0, f of x means what? Either you approach the 0 from the left side of 0 or you approach the 0 from right side of 0. In both the cases, limit x goes to 0, f of x, the limit goes to 0. So, whenever LHL and RHL match, then you can say limit exists and that limit will be equal to the left hand limit or right hand limit that you got. Both are same. So the which is 0. Now what we got? Now we found this. Now we found this which is 0 and we found this. This is also 0. So from these two we can say this and this. It says that we get limit. Therefore limit x goes to 0, f of x is equal to f of 0. F of 0 and both are equal to 0 because limit x goes to 0, f of x is also 0, f of 0 is also 0. Right? Based on this, f of 0 is also 0, limit x goes to 0, f of x is also 0. Therefore, we can say limit x goes to 0, f of x equal to f of 0 and both are equal to 0. Therefore, since this is matching, this condition is satisfied. Therefore, f is continuous at the point x equal to 0. So, therefore, in this case also, f is continuous at the point x equal to 0. Fine. Now let's go to example 4. So example 4, EG4. EG means example 4, which is show that the function is not continuous at x equal to 0. So what is given? The given function is f of x is equal to x cube plus 3 when x is not equal to 0, x cube plus 3 when x is not equal to 0, and it is equal to 0 when x is equal to 0. Whenever x is not equal to 0, it is x cube plus 3 and it is equal to 0 when x is equal to 0. What we have to show? We have to show that. So show that. ST means show that or prove that. Show that f is not continuous at x equal to 0. We should prove that f is not continuous at x is equal to 0, which means we should show that these two don't match. Limit x goes to f of x doesn't match with f of a. Right? So solution, we need to check. We need to check if limit x goes to 0, f of x is equal to f of 0. We need to check whether limit x goes to 0, f of x equal to f of 0. If it is, then it is continuous. If not, it is not continuous. We are sure that it is not continuous. We need to check if limit x goes to 0, f of x is, we can even say whether it is equal to, whether if limit x goes to 0, f of x equal to f of 0. Or we can also say we need to check if limit x goes to 0, f of x is not equal to f of 0. If it is not equal to, then we can say it is not continuous. Right? Or we need to show this. We need to show that limit x goes to 0, f of x is not equal to f of 0. Right? Or we can even say we need to show. We can even say we need to show that limit x goes to 0, f of x is not equal to f of 0. If we show this, then we can say if it's not continuous at x equal to 0. Right? Now let's go to the let's find what is f of 0. What is f of 0? F of 0 when x is 0, what is f of x? F of x is 0. So whenever your x is 0, your f of x is 0. So which means your f of 0 is 0. So we have found f of 0. Now let's find limit x goes to 0, f of x. Now, so we need to find limit x goes to 0, f of x. Now again, to find the limit, we have to decide whether we have to go for left hand limit and right hand limit. And we go for left hand limit and right hand limit when when two conditions are met. What are the two conditions? First is the value of the function will have different definition based on the value of x. So condition 1 is met. Condition 2 is the point at which we are trying to find the limit, and that is the point at which the f of x is changing also. Here it is 0. Here at the point 0 only, or near the point 0 only, the f of x is having two different definition. F of x is having two different definition based on the value of x near the point. So at the point x equal to 0 only, we are trying to find the limit, and that point only the value of the function changes. Then we must go for left hand limit and right hand. So let's go to LHL, left hand limit. Left hand limit is what? Left hand limit is limit x goes to 0 minus f of x. That is equal to limit x goes to 0 minus. Now we should decide f of x. We have to use whether this function or this function. Whether we have to put f of x as x cube plus 3 or we should put f of x equal to 0. That we need to check. Now for that, what we do is, now x is approaching 0 and top we have put minus in left hand limit, which means x is approaching 0 through the value less than 0. So which means we should pick up one x, because the definition of f of x is based on the definition of, based on the value of x. So now x is approaching 0 through the value less than 0. What is the meaning of minus? Minus means x is approaching 0, or x goes to 0, or x tends to 0 through the value less than 0. Then we can take one x which is very close to 0 but less than 0. So that will be what? Again we can take x as minus 0.0. We can take x as minus 0.01. This value is very close to 0 and it is less than 0. So x is negative. When x is approaching 0 through the value less than 0 means x is negative. So x is negative. If you take x as minus 0.01, it is negative. Which means which category does it fall under? Is it not equal to 0, or x is not equal to 0, or x is equal to 0? X is minus 0.01, which is obviously not equal to 0. It falls under this category, because x is minus 0.01, which is not equal to 0. So I have to use this function x cube plus 3. Now we should substitute the limit. That is equal to, now let's substitute in the place of x, put 0. The place of x, if you put 0, you'll get 0 cube plus 3, which is 3. Now we should substitute. That's why I'm not writing here again limit x goes to 0 minus. I was writing this limit x goes to 0 minus x cube plus 3. After that we are substituting the limit. So we should not again put limit x goes to 0 minus. Till you substitute the limit, you should keep writing the limit. Now we have substituted here. In the place of x I have put 0. So 0 cube plus 3, which is 3. Now let's find RHL, right hand limit. Right hand limit is again limit x goes to 0 plus f of x. That is equal to limit x goes to 0 plus now f of x. Now which function we should use again? Whether do we need to use this function 0 or x cube plus 3? Again we have to do what? We have to take a value which is very close to 0 but greater than 0. Why we are saying greater than 0? Because it is plus. So we should find an x which is very close to 0 but greater than 0. So we can again take x as plus 0.01. Plus 0.01 is a value which is very close to 0 and greater than 0. Now x is plus 0.01. Now when x is plus 0.01, which function we will choose? X is plus 0.01. Plus 0.01 means not equal to 0 case. X is plus 0.01, which means x is not equal to 0. So which means we should again use the function x cube plus 3. So again we'll use the function x cube plus 3. Now we'll substitute the limit. In the place of x we should put 0. Don't worry about this plus. That plus denotes that we are approaching, the x is approaching 0 through the values greater than 0. But x is approaching 0. So we should put now in the place of x substitute 0. We'll get 0 cube plus 3, which is again 3. So left hand limit and right hand limit both are equal to 3, which means they are matching. So LHL equal to RHL. When your left hand limit and right hand limit match, then we will say limit x goes to 0. Here we will not put 0 minus or plus. Here we are talking about limit, which means whichever direction we approach, whether we approach from the left side of 0 or right side of 0, our limit x goes to 0, f of x is equal to 3. Value goes to 3. This is the limit. Suppose if these two are different, Suppose left hand limit and right hand limit, they don't match, then we will say limit does not exist. We will say limit x goes 0 f of x does not exist, and then the moment it does not exist, we will say f is not continuous. F is not continuous. So here the limit exists. Now the limit is 3. Now what is f of 0? F of 0 is 0. But limit x goes 0, f of x is 3. They are not matching. F of 0, this value is 3. Sorry, this value is 0. Limit x goes 0, f of x is 3. So both of them don't match. And therefore, f is not continuous at the point x equal to 0. So I'll write here. So we'll say, now what we have got? What we have got is, therefore, limit x goes to 0, f of x is not equal to f of 0. Because limit x goes 0, f of x is 3 and f of 0 is 0 and 0 is not equal to 3 obviously. So therefore, f is not continuous or discontinuous at x equal to 0. At the point x equal to 0, the function is not continuous or discontinuous. So we have proved that f is not continuous at the point x equal to 0 because the limit x goes to 0 f of x, that value is not matching with the value of the function at the point x equal to 0. Because f of 0 is 0, limit x goes 0, f of x is 3, 0 is not equal to 3, therefore these two are not matching. We have showed that they are not matching because we have to show that it's not continuous. So if we have to show that it is continuous, we have to check whether they are equal. So here it is not continuous. So therefore, limit x goes 0, f of x is not equal to f of 0. Therefore, f is not continuous at x equal to 0 because this condition is not satisfied. It should be equal for f to be continuous at the point A. Here A is 0. So here it is not continuous. Fine. So all of you can pause the video and take the notes. I'll go to the next example 5. Example 5, right, which is check the point where the constant function f of x equal to k is continuous. You have to check the points where the constant function is continuous. So given is the constant function, given is f of x is equal to k, where k is any real number. K is any real number. K is a constant. Constant, and obviously k belongs to R, real number. K is a real number. K is any number. Now we have to check the points where this function is continuous. So what are all the points this function is continuous? What are all the points mean? All those points are from the domain of f. And domain of f is a set of all real numbers for this. Now, so that's understood. If they have not given f is from which set to which set, then it is understood that it is from real numbers to real numbers. If not, they'll give from which set to which set. Mostly it will be from a subset of R to subset of R, or it will be from R to R. So now, what we have to check? What do you have to check? To check, check the points where check the points. To check the points where f of x is continuous or f is continuous. F of x, or you can say f, doesn't matter. F of x is continuous. The points where we have to check is what? The points where f of x is continuous. Now solution. So here the first observation that we have is, here they have not given, they have not asked us to find whether a function is continuous at a point or whether the function is not continuous at a point. So the point is not given at which we have to check whether it is continuous or not. They have just said to find all the points where it is continuous, or check all the points where f is continuous. So in the previous examples here, they had given whether show that f is not continuous at 0 or show that f is continuous at 0, or examine whether f is continuous at 0. So in the previous examples that we did till now, in those examples we knew the point for which we had to check the continuity. We knew the point at which we had to check whether f was continuous or not. But from this problem, they have not given any specific points, which means we have to generally find for all points. We need to check for all points in general. So which means we cannot take a specific value for a. So we have to find a general value. We have to take a general value for a. So we'll say let a be any real number. A be any real number. Any real number or any point. We can say let a be any point. We can also say let a be any point. A be any the real number is also fine. Let a be any point in the domain of f, which means it is R. Set of all real numbers. Domain of f is R, which means a is any point on R. Any point means any number in R. Any number in R means R is set of all real numbers, which means any real number. Right? So don't get confused with this k and this R. This k is a constant. That is also a real number. Right? But this k is also belonging to R, but this k is the value of the function at different points. And it's a constant function. So for any point, the function value will be k. Now let a be any point in the domain of f. Now we need to check. We need to check if limit x goes to a. Here we can't put a particular value like what we had put here, that x goes to 0. We have to take the general point. Limit x goes to a, f of x, whether it is equal to f of a. If you prove that these two are matching for any a, then we will say that f is continuous for all points in the domain of f, which means we will say f is continuous at all points in the domain of f, or it is continuous at every real number, we will say. Now let's try to find what is the value of these two. Now what is f of x is what? F of x is defined as k. Now f of x is k. Right, see, f of x is k means f of x can be like this. F of x can be a 7, f of x can be minus 2, any constant value. So we are covering all these constant functions here. By saying f of x is k, we are going to prove all these functions. F of x is 7, or f of x is minus 2, or f of x is 0, or f of x is minus 5, and 99, anything. All constant functions, we are going to prove that, or we are going to check all the points where the constant function is continuous. Where f of x is k. Now what is f of a? F of a. What is the value of f of a? F of a will also be k. Because f of x is k. Whatever value you put for x, it is k. So f of a means that will also be k. Because it's a constant function. Whatever value of x, the value of the function is k. So your f of a is k. Like here, if you put f of x is 7. If I ask you what is f of 1, when I put x equal to 1, I'll get 7. F of 2 is also 7. F of 3 is also 7. F of 4 is also 7. Any value we put for x, the answer is 7. For this, if you take this constant function, for any value we put for x, it will be minus 2. F of 1 minus 2. F of 2 minus 2. F of 3 minus 2. So any value of x, the function value will be minus 2. So here it is f of x is k. So any value I put for x, if I put x equal to a, then my answer will be k. So f of a is what? K. Now let's try to find this one. Limit x goes to a. Here we don't have to worry about left hand limit and right hand limit, because the definition of the function is only one. F of x is k. There's no two definition like this. Right? We can directly go and find the limit. So limit x goes to a, f of x is what? That is limit x goes to a, f of x. F of x is what? K. Value of f of x is k. So I'll put k. Now we are going to substitute the limit a, which means we will substitute a wherever x is there. If any x is there in this, we will substitute. So here we had x. So we substituted x as 0 here. But here we have just only k. There is no x. This is k. Now limit x goes to a, k means what? Wherever x is there, I have to substitute a, but there is no x at all. So I have only k. So the value will be k. Even after substituting the limit, we will substitute the limit where? Wherever x is there, we will put a. But there is no x. It is only k. So the value will be k. So limit x goes to a, k is what? It is k. Because wherever x goes to a, whatever it is, the k will go to k only, because k is a constant. K is a constant. So limit x goes to a, k is what? K only. So what is the meaning of this? I have to substitute wherever x is, wherever I see the value x in the function, I have to put a, but there is no x in the function. It is only k. So answer is k. So limit x goes to f of x is also k. So f of a is also k. Limit x goes to f of x is also k. Both are matching. So these two are matching. Right? So I'll write here. So what we have got finally is, we got limit x goes to a, f of x is equal to f of a, and both are equal to k. Limit x goes to a, f of x is also k, which is this, and f of a is also k. So these two are matching. Limit x goes to a, f of x equal to f of a, and both are equal to k. Therefore, we have proved this part. And this is what is needed for continuity, right? This one. So therefore, f is continuous for any real number a, which means f is continuous for any number, which means f is continuous for every real number. If f is continuous for any real number means here we did not take a particular value of a. Here we did not take, we took a general value. We did not take a particular, we did not say a equal to 1 or a equal to 2. We kept a as a. For any real number, this is true. Which means f is continuous at every real number. X equal to 1, it is continuous. X equal to 2, it is continuous. X equal to 1.1, it is continuous. X equal to minus 5, it is continuous. Every real number, f is continuous. Right? Therefore, f is continuous for every, any real number means every real number. Any number it is true, which means it is true for every real number. Therefore, this function, constant function is continuous at every real number. So, f is continuous at any real number a or every real number a. Fine. So that completes, which means there is no point where f is not continuous. It is continuous at throughout all the points in the domain of f, and the domain of f is what? Set of all real numbers. Which means f is continuous at each and every real number. Each and every real number. Now let's go to the next one, which is example 6. Example 6, what it says is, prove that the identity function on real numbers given by f of x equal to x is continuous at every real number. So we have to prove that. So the given function is what? Given function is identity function f of x equal to x. And what we should show? We should prove that it is continuous at every real number. So to prove, TP means to prove f is continuous at every real number. And to prove that f is continuous at every real number. So again, the solution is, now here again, it's the question is not to find whether f is, or not to check, or not to prove whether f is continuous at a particular point. We have to prove that f is continuous at each and every point, which means each and every real number. Each and every real number. So solution is what? Solution is, we'll take let a be any real number. The proof is same as what we did here. Let a be any point in the domain of f, or let a be any real number, which means here the domain is R, set of all real numbers. Let a be any real number, bracket any point in the domain of f. Domain of f. Let a be any real number, which means because the domain of f is real number. The domain of the function is set of all real numbers. Let a be any real number. Now we need to check, or we need to prove. We need to prove limit x goes to a, f of x equal to f of a. If you prove this, we are taking any general point. We are not taking a particular point. That's why I am putting x equal to a as a only. Not like where we had x equal to 0, particular value we put it, because here we were checking for at the point x equal to 0. Here we are checking for general point, not a particular point. We are trying to prove for all points. So now let's find what is f of a. What is f of a? Our f of x is x. So our f of a will be equal to a. F of x is x means if I put x equal to a, I should put x equal to a here also. The f of a is a. And let's find limit x goes to f of x. So limit x goes to a, f of x. That is equal to limit x goes to a. Now what is f of x? Now we should find f of x. Now again, f of x is what? F of x is just x. So we will substitute here x. Here we didn't have to go for left hand limit or right hand limit because there is only one definition. F of x is x. f of x is x. So now limit x goes to a, f of x equal to limit x goes to a, f of x is x. Now in the place of x we have to put a. So in the place of, so here we have x. See, f of x is x. Definition of f of x is x, so I have put f of x as x. Now in the place of x we should put a, so it will become a. Limit x goes to a, x means what? In the place of x I have to put a. If I put in the place of this place, if I put a, I'll get a. So which means my limit x goes to a, f of x is equal to a. So f of a is also a, limit x goes to a, f of x is also a. Therefore we can say, therefore limit x goes to a, f of x is same as f of a, and both are equal to a. F of a is also a, limit x goes to f of x is also a, so both are matching. So therefore we can say, therefore f is continuous at every real number, continuous at every real number a. Every real number it is continuous. Therefore f is continuous at every real number a, or which means f is continuous at any point in the domain of f or every point in the domain of f. Fine. So all of you can pause the video and take the notes. I will stop the video here. You can watch my next video for the continuation of this. Thank you for watching. See you all in the next video. Thank you.